Hello everyone and welcome back to City of Cars. Today we're going to be doing another walk around video for you guys, and I kind of like this one. This is a 2021 Honda Civic, but not just any Civic. Of course, this is going to be a Type R. Definitely makes this car way cooler. This is a front wheel drive vehicle. It's in champion white. It's got about 22,000 miles and I'm absolutely in love with it. I mean, if you look at it, you got some forged black OEM wheels, Brembo brakes. Tires are going to be in really good condition. Just absolutely stunning car. Gotta love the contrast. They did a really good job even tinting out the windows to kind of keep that black on white appearance. And I love kind of like the red accents that you can kind of see throughout the cabin. Taking a peek at this rear diffuser, I mean, this just screams race car, which this pretty much is. I mean, it's a 4-cylinder turboed vehicle, but at the same token, I mean, it is literally built just for racing. I mean, actually, they didn't even build this car in Japan. They actually built it in the UK, which everybody knows UK is famous for racing. They love it. And Honda knew that and decided to actually have it built there as well. And don't worry, it's still a Honda, so you got no electrical issues on this one. But absolutely stunning car. But let's get more in depth into the review. Obviously, this has 22,000 miles, so I always like to point out little things that I do see in the car. I did notice you got a couple little rock chips kind of throughout the front of the vehicle. Actually, this part surprisingly is very clean. But if you look closely enough, I mean, you'll find a little nick here and there, obviously from being on the road, but that is perfectly normal. Car's 100% stock. Everything's kind of how it came out of the factory, besides maybe the window tint. But other than that, I mean, it's just a great little car. Makes for a great daily driver if you want something fun that you can kind of still go to Costco and at the same token go to the track on the weekends. Taking a peek inside here, you do got an inflator kit. Looks like it's got a built-in subwoofer, little privacy screen. See how that works. It's gonna make me struggle. Actually, it's not, just didn't know what I was doing. There we go. That goes in, and clearly we can fold down the seats. And for a race car, I mean, this thing's extremely practical. Gotta love hot hatches, especially when they're in a manual transmission. That is gonna be my favorite part of that. We'll get more into that a little later. Let's go ahead and close this back up. And no, we wanna go in the driver's seat, but we're gonna start in the rear. We're gonna fold this back up. And I wanna show you guys I'm about 5'7", 5'8" on a good day. And you can see I still comfortably fit inside here. Gotta love the back seat. I mean, I don't think this is carbon fiber, but at the same token, it is really cool that you can still see the textured material. Definitely a cool touch to actually have the back seat look like that. Looking at the back panel, you got red stitching, soft touch materials. Definitely a nice little roomy back seat area. And as you can see, I'm not touching the seat in front of me, and this seat's actually pulled back pretty far up, but I'm still comfy. So not that you'd buy this vehicle for back seat space, but at the same token, if you had to, it is there and it is usable. But stepping into the driver's seat, that's where the fun stuff happens here. Again, red stitching. Gotta love the attention to detail. The red contrast fits very well with the color scheme of the car. And if you look at the rims, you also got a kind of like red liners there. Looking at the floor mats, got the Type R floor mats, what I like calling racing pedals. Taking a peek here, you got USB ports for your phone that's kind of hidden away, power outlet, kind of keeping it all out of the way so you can kind of focus on driving, which is really cool. It does come with 2 sets of keys. Let's go ahead and put those down, press that start button and see this thing fire up. I love this. This is cool. Going through the gears, I mean, the gearbox just feels so smooth. Very sharp throw. Going into reverse, I mean, that's just absolutely beautiful. You do get a backup camera, obviously, as you can see it when you pop it in reverse. Taking a peek here, digital dash. This is going to be a touch screen, which is cool. Looks like this one does have factory nav, and it looks, yep, it definitely feels very Garmin to me, which I actually prefer. It is one of the simpler systems, so that's kind of nice that is already there for you if you didn't want to hook it up to a phone, smartphone connection. So obviously if you hook it up to USB, you should still have some more phone connectivity. Clearly Bluetooth for your phone, but that's all pretty basic, so we'll leave it there. This is more fun. So it looks like you got a couple of driving settings here. Comfort mode, sports mode, and that R, which I'm pretty sure just stiffens up the suspension system, makes the car a little bit more fun. As far as room and cubby hole space, I mean, you do have a nice little cubby hole for personal belongings. This armrest kind of slides in and out to give you a little bit more comfort. And I want to say this, yep, this definitely does slide out too, give you a little bit more space. And yeah, I think a big gulp would even fit there. It looks like there's a little space cut out for it, and you got another USB in there as well, so that's kind of nifty. Take a peek inside the glove box. Looks like your owner's manual's there, as well as your wheel lock key. Let's bring this back out here, and I'm really excited to drive this. I really am. And actually, I just noticed that if we put in the R Sport setting, it kind of changes the digital dash, kind of makes it a little bit more red, so you know you're about to have some fun there. Little space for your phone. Don't believe it's a wireless charger, but there is a connection. So like, if you look right here, there's a little hole, so if you were to grab a USB cable and put it through here, your cable is going to be right there for easy connectivity. So that's very smart, very convenient. But let's go ahead and take this thing for a drive. I'm gonna go ahead and take it out of this little spot we're in right now, and I will get right back to you once we're out. All right, guys, now that we have the vehicle kind of facing towards the road, of course, safety first. Wanted to kind of show it does come with red seat belts. That's always kind of cool. Makes you feel like you're in something a little more special. Taking a peek through the infotainment system. Let's just kind of take a peek to see what's going on here. Obviously, we can change radio stations. If we scroll through this, miles per hour, looks like we have our G-force meter, which is definitely convenient. If you're on the track, let's see what else we got here. Wink, let's go back to it. Looks like a timer, stopwatch, fuel range, navigation. Made some settings that you can customize. Oil life's at 90%. So some cool little features there. Also does look like we have lane assist and active.
At any time by pressing
cancel. Oh, it works. So it does recognize my voice. Press the wrong button there. If you press that, it's going to activate voice controls. Well, it does look like it has adaptive cruise, which is kind of cool. We got to be driving to actually use that, but definitely cool stuff. You can see it, as you can see right there, ACC and lane assist. So that's there for you. But let's go ahead and actually drive this thing. That's what I've been waiting for. So put it in first gear. Let's go ahead and take this thing out for a drive. Whoop. The steering is so tight. It is so responsive. I absolutely love it. As you can see, taking the hands off the wheel, car's pointed straight. I put it back in neutral, hit the brakes. You can see, car doesn't sway to either side, so that's always a good indication of good brakes, good alignment. Definitely what you want to see. Let's go ahead and take this for a cruise here. Gotta love the tightness of the steering. I think I am in R mode. I'm gonna switch it over to comfort. Yup, you can, such a huge difference. Sometimes I get in cars and they have different modes and I literally cannot tell the difference. This you can. I just took it out of the R mode and put it in comfort mode. Now this is very floaty. It is a little, I can feel the suspension system a little softer, and the steering just, it's like a Cadillac. It's definitely a little bit more floaty, definitely cool. But if let's go ahead and just put it in sport, see what that makes a difference. And go right here. Actually, we'll take a right. Pardon about my manual skills. It is hard to hold the phone and shift at the same time, but absolutely love the ride. This is definitely really, really cool. And I put it back into sports mode again. I got a little firmer steering feel, but just so responsive. I mean, this is just such an accurate steering feel and response. I mean, it's a race car by all means. They did a really, really good job on this vehicle. Go ahead and take a right here. But we're gonna drive this back to the dealership. Obviously, I just kind of wanted to show you a little bit of the vehicle actually on the road. Let's go ahead ahead and put it back in first gear, get ready to turn. Actually, we'll go a little longer in the video here to show you the road. Shifts just go in so buttery. It's just such a great transmission. I can't say enough good things about it. I'll take it right down here. Looks like there's a little traffic jam there, so we'll just sneak through here. So, and the nice thing about it, if you're not hitting it, it's actually a really easy car to drive. Like, it's still a Honda Civic at the end of the day. I mean, obviously it's a lot more refined. I mean, you can feel the quality. Like, you slam the doors and I mean, you can tell it's a solid car. So they definitely did a little bit more to the Type R to make it a little bit more special. I can see why everybody loves these. Great bang for the buck factor. And like I said, I mean, it's the manuals are kind of harder and harder to get in hot hatches. I mean, like, you got the Toyota Corolla and a few other, I think, well, I used to like the Mazda P3, but you know, there's not a lot of front wheel drive hot hatches out there anymore. This is kind of one of the last of and of the hot hatches, I guess, for lack of a better word. And it's really cool to kind of get your hands on a modern version of a hot hatch, and I'm super happy that Honda is still keeping this car alive. I think it's an absolutely super fun, practical car. It's a car you can go to Costco in and still be able to daily drive it to work. Like I said, if you're on the track, you put it in that R mode. I mean, it makes a huge difference. But if you're just regular commuting, it's perfect for you to just put it in comfort mode. And it's like a normal little Civic, and it's a manual. Like, it's perfect. Fuel economy is decent. Definitely a great ride. But let's go ahead and get this thing back to the shop. I'll meet you guys there. Alright guys, welcome back. We got the car inside the garage. So I just wanted to kind of walk to the back of it and just let you hear the exhaust at idle. Obviously it comes alive a whole lot more once you're actually hitting it, but definitely a nice low tone burble to it. Definitely sounds really good for a 4-cylinder. Honda did a really good job with the exhaust there. But let's go ahead and hunker down here. Let you take a peek at the undercarriage. And of course, we'll go ahead and pop the hood here. Whoop. VTEC turbo, gotta love it. Battery, everything looks in really good condition. Obviously everything's OEM. They haven't even put a cold air intake here, so I mean, this vehicle is completely stock, which personally, that's a good thing. That's the way I would want to buy one of these, is completely stock and ready to roll. So this one certainly is. Definitely a beautiful car. We'll walk to the office, and obviously it is a used car. So we'll head over to the office next, and I'll show you the Carfax and all the information that we have on the website for it. So give me a second here and we'll go to the office. Alright guys, back at the office here. Just wanted to show you the listing on this car. We have it up for 40 grand. Taking a peek down here, I did want to show you the Carfax. This particular vehicle, there's the VIN number so you guys can see it, but this is a no accident, one owner vehicle. Is a personal lease, no total loss, no structural damage, no airbag deployments, no odometer rollbacks, no accidents of any kind. Factory warranty has expired because of 2021. No salvage, junk, rebuild, fire, flood, hail, lemon title, all guaranteed, no problems by Carfax. Guy had the car for 2 years and 11 months as a personal lease, and he drove below average driving patterns at 7,471. Warranty check here. The basic coverage has expired. However, you do still have 23 months or about 37,835 of powertrain left on this vehicle, so it does still have a little bit of warranty left on it. Taking a peek here at the window sticker, you can kind of take a peek there. It looks like they charged about $400 for the red and white package. Again, champagne white. So again, if you want to see any of this information a little bit more closely, just go ahead and go to cityofcars.com, and you'll obviously find the listing to this vehicle and many more. But much for watching, and I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day.